I'm Kevin Goldstone. I work for the events team at Portsmouth University. Going to have a chef coming along in a minute, Tracy DeBuria. She was the chef for the events team at Portsmouth University. So she's going to be showing you today how to cook a butterbean cassoulet. We also got...
Hi, I'm Mike, Development Officer for UPSU.
Okay, so first thing I want to say to all you guys is the most important thing, especially at the moment, is personal hygiene. So obviously before you start anything like this, wash your hands. Even if it's nothing to do with COVID, you can still wash your hands. The second one is kitchen hygiene, okay? So make sure your kitchens are nice and clean, all your utensils are nice and clean. And I'm going to hand you over to Tracy now, who's going to take you through how to make it.
Hello. Okay, so we're going to do a nice, easy butterbean stew to start off with for now. And as I go along, Mike's follow me to what we're doing, hopefully. He's going to try. So, just so you can see what we've got in the pan, we've roughly chopped some onions, sliced some peppers, and chopped some carrots up. This is going to be a nice chunky stew, so basically however you want to chop it, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be anything great, you know, we're not bothered, it's not going out as cordon bleu, so anything like that, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to fry this off first, so you need to put a little bit of oil in your pan. Now these are actually electric frying pans that we have, but obviously if you're in your halls and your kitchens, you're going to be doing it in a pan on your stove. So get your oil in. Always heat your pan up before you put your oil in, because that makes sure that the oil's hot, otherwise it makes the pan go cold again and trying to heat it all up, it just takes too long. So you want to get your oil in, and once you know that it's smoking, chuck the whole, don't eat it, chuck the whole lot in, and it should be a nice sizzling noise now, yeah?
Shame I can't smell it.
I know, okay. So what you want to do is give that a bit of a stir around.
This one?
Yep, this one. And you want to leave that for probably about 10 minutes to soften everything up, so it's all becoming, you know, not hard and a bit nice, and get a bit caramel on the sides of it. After about 5 minutes, what you would do then is you have some garlic. Garlic?
Oh,
Yep.
hold on. Sorry, boss.
Garlic.
I've got it.
Pop your garlic in. You don't want to put your garlic in straight away because it can burn, and then you get that sort of acidic taste through the meal, and you really don't want that. So as you can hear, you can smell the garlic now. Yeah? Yeah. So give that a nice good stir, and as I say, you probably leave this for about 10 minutes so that it just goes all nice and soft. But we're going to speed up slightly for purposes for this. So we're now going to add some tomato puree. Tomato puree?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yep. Pop that on in. Give that a stir so it goes into the vegetables. Mix it in well. We then want these.
So why do you put the tomato puree in now, Tracy?
Because you want to cook it out slightly, because otherwise it can be a bit bitter. So if you put it in when you're doing this, it will get some of the sweetness from the onions and from the carrots that are in there and the peppers. Otherwise, it's going to add sugar to it later as well, because tomato puree can be a bit bitter. Paprika. Yep. Yep. Sprinkle your paprika in. Give that a good stir round. What we're doing now is just cooking the spices out so that they're getting the flavour going through into it. That's those. Then you have some dried mixed herbs. Yep.
That one?
Yep, dried mixed herbs.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one. Chuck that in. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually put fresh herbs into this, chopped fresh herbs, but dried herbs are great. You know, they're store covered. Everybody has them. They're brilliant. Right. Now, the next thing is water, but you can put wine in it. So if you have a spare glass of wine left, red or white, chuck it in. And then you just want that to cook out slightly. So if you just give that a stir for a couple of minutes, and then what that will do is, if you have put the wine in with it, it will take out the acidity of the wine and make it just nicer. Put the alcohol out, yeah? You there? We're cooking.
It's happening.
Good, that's what we want. Okay. So give that a good stir around. You could also add, at the beginning of this, different vegetables too. You can add some celery into it, you could add leeks into it, sweet potato, anything really, if you just want to bulk it out. anything that's in your bottom of your veg drawer, you think, oh, I need to get rid of that because it's getting a bit dodgy. Can I get that in there, you know? That's fine.
So good.
It smells good, doesn't it? Okay, so now you've got all those in there and it's softening up. What we're going to do is put in the tomatoes. Yep, tin tomatoes. Yep, or it's that's 2 tins of tomatoes in there. This will actually serve 4 people, and it works out at about £1.20 per person. So it's a good value, good value. So let that just heat through for a bit.
You know what the best thing is? It's a £1 dish.
Oh
Saves
yeah,
washing up.
it's great. It's brilliant.
You can add
I really like things that take only £1. So the other thing you can do with this as well, if you don't want to make it vegetarian or vegan, you can actually add meat to it. And how I would advise you to do that is, before you start cooking your vegetables at the beginning, if you say you want to do a sausage one, get your sausages and squeeze them out of the skins. So you out of one sausage you get like 3 like meatball type things. Pan fry them first, put them into a bowl, and then what you do, once this is all heated up and cooked and the beans are in, you add that back in and cook those through. So you can actually make it non-vegetarian if you want to.
I was going to say, can you add chorizo as well?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah,
love
best.
it.
Chorizo's
Chorizo
the best.
as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. The thing is as well, you can then, if you're not going to share it with friends, you can freeze some of this down and you can take it out and you can make 4 different meals from it. You can even put prawns in with this if you wanted to. They're a bit expensive. You find any in the, you know, these are the best buy before dates, which is the best ones. And that is a real trick to learn. Find out when your supermarkets do their reduced days, because you can get some real bargains from their stores. You know, what time Tesco's reduce and things like that, because you will pick up bargains galore. Okay, so that's coming up to the simmer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the beans into it. Beans, yeah?
Oh,
Beans in.
the beans.
All the beans. Get all the beans in. Let it come back up to the boil. Now what you would do with this normally now is just let this sit cook for about 15 minutes so everything softens up and starts going a little bit thick. So we're just going to leave that for a minute to go through.
So it'll reduce down and give it
It will reduce down, yeah, so you get that nice thickness. You've got some sugar there. Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not the salt, because there's sea salt there as well. Definitely the sugar, okay?
Hold on.
Yep. So add your sugar in, as I say, because that will add a bit of sweetness to it, because tin tomatoes and the tomato puree can be a bit acidic at times. And then we're just going to leave that cook for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to season it, just give it a taste and see whether we need to add some salt and pepper. I always tend to use black pepper. I think you get a better result with black pepper than you do with
Like seasoning for it, golden seasoning.
yeah, you have.
Salt and pepper costs nothing.
No.
Tastes like.
And if you can afford it, I would always say buy yourself some sea salt, because it is so much better, and it's better for you than the normal table salt, which is sort of like manufactured. This is just dried from the sea, so you haven't got all the process that goes into it. So if you can afford it, just for some things, it's probably better to do that. So let's have a sprinkle of that in there.
Which one did you put in there?
Just a bit of salt, just put a little bit of salt and just a pinch, just to see. Again with the pepper.
There we go.
Look, he's being posh over there.
I'll
Look.
try.
He's doing a Gordon
I'll jazz
Ramsay.
this one up. It's good.
Okay, and then it comes down to your tasting to see what adjustments you need to make to stuff. Obviously, tasting, I know.
That's good.
With this one, obviously, we're not going to leave it to cook as long as you would, so the textures and things are going to be slightly different to what we would normally do. But
Don't
we
double
still
dip.
get- no, don't double dip. No,
I do.
that's good. Needs a little bit more salt in mine.
Yes,
Again, just put a little bit in at a time, because you can always add more, but it's very difficult to take salt away. There is a trick: potatoes. So if you over salt something, especially if you're making like a casserole or something like that, put more potatoes in and then take them out, because it sort of like absorbs salt. But obviously if you over salt it, you're not going to do it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see into the pot now? So you can see all the colours coming up, yeah? So they're all coming, you can hear them bubbling. So as I say, what I would normally do now is either leave this on a very low heat with a lid on it, for probably about 15 minutes, just so that it all starts cooking down into itself. Your carrots start breaking up into it. Just take your seasoning, and then at the very end, what you want to do is get your spinach.
I love spinach.
I love spinach.
So good.
Add your spinach in.
This is like a perfect protein meal.
Oh yeah,
It is.
yeah, it's really good because you've got loads of things in here which are good for cholesterol. Pulses are really good, they're very high in protein, so if you are trying to not have so much meat, you throwing it on
Just
the
make
floor.
sure you clear up after
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah, don't leave it to your flatmates to do it because they won't be happy. And with the spinach, you literally just have to stir it through, and it will start wilting down really nicely.
Did you put kale in it in the winter?
You could do, but it takes a lot longer to cook down.
Yeah.
So whereas this, I would put, if I was putting the kale in, I would put the kale in probably about 10 minutes before it was ready to be finished. Whereas spinach, literally a couple of minutes, and it will wilt down into it. I say really, you can chuck whatever vegetables and stuff you want into it as well. The beans just give it a nice base to go in. So as you can see now as well, the green just gives it a really nice appetising colour as well. It just takes on a really nice colour. Right.
You could just put it in a nice flask as well, put it with spoons or you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'd be really nice. I'd eat this
Just like
cold,
water
to be
as
honest with you. It's like a cold salad as well. The other thing as well, you don't actually have to buy the beans separately, like the kidney beans and the butter beans. You can buy tins of mixed beans. That would be fine as well, just to put in. It's just making sure that you would have sort of like a ratio of 3. So we're doing 2 butter beans to one red kidney beans at the moment. So that is really done. So what we would do now, how I would normally serve this, so I'm just going to turn this off so it doesn't burn. How I would normally serve this is with either a chunk of bread or garlic bread that you can do through the oven. And then, oh yeah, garlic bread. Yeah. And then dish it into your bowl. So you've got a bit of the sauce with it as well. And then
Don't use
you've
more
got,
portions either, sorry.
oh no, well that's a portion, and you could definitely get another 3 portions out of that. So it's a good sized portion that you get. I would then, let me just get rid of some of this off the table. I would then actually put some yogurt on it as well, because it gives a little bit of creaminess through it.
I'm just going straight in.
Oh, you're just going straight in, okay. You go straight in. And just a little bit of yogurt on the top. And there you go.
The spinach is good, it's still crunchy.
Oh yeah.
It's cooked.
It's good, isn't
I like
it? So there you have one really quick, easy meal for £1.20 per portion. Any questions?
No, it's easy, it's all £1, it's great for everyone else, it tastes so good. I can
Smells
imagine-
good. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it does smell
Yeah.
good. I think like, yeah, chicken, chorizo, sausage,
Yeah.
you can add anything to it and like,
If you don't want to cook a chicken, you can go to like Asda's, Tesco's, buy one of their cooked chickens, can't
Yeah.
you? Chop it up, throw it
And
in.
again, buy at the end of the day. If you go at the end of the day, it's when they tend to do their reductions. I'm getting attacked by the flowers here. They do their reductions, and you can pick up loads of stuff. I mean, really good stuff. I mean, I was in Tesco's the
Tastes
other day
like
and picked up
Nice.
half
so
a side
I'm
of
just gonna
salmon,
stay here.
Yeah.
and it was like £5. So, and then although it's got to be used that day, if you take it home, cut it up, put it into bags, freeze it, and then you've got it. You know, it
Meal
really
prep
is.
done for days, it's just easy.
Yeah, and it's easy. This would actually last in the fridge as well, with it being completely vegetarian and it's vegan as well. This would probably last in the fridge for at least 3 days,
Yeah.
4 days. But will freeze well as well, so
I should tidy up.
yeah, nice easy meal. Hope you
Anytime.
enjoyed. Thank you.